oppositely colored dot in the middle. In Chinese philosophy, this explains the two complementary streams of life, the two complementary energies. Yang, the bright, active, moving day, sun. Yin, the dark, passive, calm night, moon. This pairing of opposites could be continued endlessly. What is striking, however, is that they are always components that are not completely mutually exclusive, but on the contrary are mutually dependent. In other words, one would not exist without the other. Both are needed for balance and equilibrium. This symbolism can also be applied to the human body and mind. On the one hand, body regions can be divided into yin and yang areas. For example, the lungs, heart, liver, kidneys, and everything inside the body belong to the yin area, while the bladder, intestines, gallbladder, and the outer layers of the body, including the skin, belong to the yang area. Traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, uses this classification to explain the structure and also pathological changes and their healing and the physiological functions of the human body. However, this topic would go too far here and should not be considered further. However, a distinction can also be made between more yin and more yang activities in terms of physical activity. Harmony and balance of both forces are the goals of various yoga practices. Yang is trained through dynamic, more muscle-focused exercises, Ashtanga yoga, for example, while yin is characterized by staying in certain postures for a longer period of time. In yin yoga, the muscles are used less and the exercises are performed more in conjunction with gravity and stretching of the fascia and tendons. Balance is the magic word. Quote, yin yoga is necessary to bring our yang-heavy culture into balance. End quote. Paul Grilly, founder of yin yoga. Why yin yoga? In this day and age, there are as many sport and activity options as there are excuses not to get started with them. But why should you choose yin yoga of all things? Because it's somehow in, trendy, or because you want to have a say if the topic comes up at a party or among colleagues. There are certainly not reasons that lead to a long-term and sustainable practice of yin yoga, but ask yourself, what can I do for me? What is good for me, my body, and my mind? How can I reduce stress? And, let's be honest, everyone can list a number of stressors in their life off the top of their head, no matter how different or supposedly inconsequential they are. Or, how can I manage to be more balanced and less irritable? Do the questions sound like this, or something similar in your head more and more often? Then it is quite certain that practicing yin yoga will help you. The motivation should therefore come from within. You have to make the decision yourself to want to change something and become active for your own improved well-being. The aim is to increase your own quality of life and to benefit to a certain extent from the serenity and balance you have gained in your everyday life. You are the focus here. Yin yoga is a slow form of yoga with asanas, postures in which you spend a long time, usually sitting or lying down. This allows you to feel your own body and come to rest. The nervous system is automatically calmed and you feel calm, balanced, and relaxed after a yin yoga session. It is therefore beneficial for the soul and mind. However, regular practice also has other physical benefits such as increased flexibility and stronger muscles. You have probably also heard of fascia training. Fascia is the name given to the deeper layers of connective tissue in the body. They envelop all muscles, bones, tendons, and organs, and are of great importance for posture and stability, as well as supporting muscular work. Lack of exercise, stress, or overloading can cause the fascia to harden, stick together, or twist, which can lead to various types of pain. Yin yoga addresses precisely this elastic connective tissue, allowing it to relax and do its actual job again. If these aren't all reasons to start this wonderful form of yoga very soon. For whom is yin yoga suitable? As yin yoga is less dynamic, as already described, and jerky movements are completely avoided, this practice carries little risk of injury. It can therefore also be practiced by people who may have an increased risk of injury in other sports, or who may already have physical limitations. Individual exercises for certain areas of the body can simply be skipped or replaced with similar asanas. In addition, the necessary equipment is limited to a few items, which will be discussed later.